Right, this video is for Ian, and I'm coming to you from iPhone camera because bizarrely my camera's decided today is the day it's not going to switch on anymore. So the discussion or thing on Facebook we were talking about was how to how I go about carving a belly carve and a forearm slope. So I've marked them out on here, including down to where I'm going to go down to, and it's quite a lot. It seems more, it actually normally goes down to 2/3 of the way down, but I'm not going to go down that far. And the the belly carve is avoiding the cavity that's going to be in there or under there. So let's start with the forearm thing. I'm just going to look through the camera to see what we can see. Don't know how long this will last. I'll just keep going until it conks out. So I'm going to put this under a clamping restraint. Probably going to just bring this forward a minute. Also trying to protect the paint from before, but I'm going to have to respray this area anyway. Hopefully not the whole lot. Can we see? Yes, we can see. So how do you go about doing this, said Ian? Well, this is how I go about doing it. You just go, well, and you just make a mark and that's it. So I've got a half round, well it's not half round, but it's a curved file, which is quite good for digging in, but I just basically start with this one. Now I tend to go at 90 degrees, so if I show you, hold on a sec, I'll show you sort of a midpoint on here, let's call it there. So midpoint 90 degrees, it's kind of like that down the body. How can you see? Yeah, you can see it. Like I say, I've no idea how long this camera will last. 2 minutes. Okay, so basically I just dig in. Scary as it looks. Now I'm hoping, by the way, I'm just going to make sure this chisel that I'm standing the iPhone on is firmly attached. So basically your forearm carve is done. I'm doing it mostly at about 90 degrees, and I want to get down quite quickly to the bottom line. Now in reality, on a lot of guitars, when you get a forearm slope, it starts here, starts there, and then just goes down in a straight slant. This one is more like a curve, and it's like a wave curve, so it starts shallow and then goes quite steep at the end. As you can see, you still have to get down to the bottom, and then the process will be extending it upwards this way in more of a curve. And that's what happens sometimes. Your pushing hand gets stuck on the scratchy bits. Anyway, so I'll tell you what, since I've no idea how long this is going to last, let's turn it over and start the other curve. So I tend not to have the heater on in the shed when I'm doing this because it's surprisingly energetic after a while. So there's the beginning of the cut. Now here we're going to do the belly carve, and again this is guided by the lines, so we get quite a deep cut in there. Now this is a little bit harder to get a clamp on. Well, you'll see that. Yeah, okay. So we probably get this on. We'll probably have to pull out a bit further and go in like that. Okay. Yeah, so same sort of game really. This time I often use the half round part now to dig in, but either or. So it's sort of difficult to get much. You can chisel, for example, or what's the word? Gouge. But I tend to find that working with the chisel, no, working with the file, gets there eventually. So it's a kind of a touchy-feel thing. You sort of get a sense of how much volume needs to come off, and you know where because this sort of twists, it goes deep there and then it sort of shallows out a little bit up here. So we kind of switch across. Obviously just take care not to run too far past the end. Not used this camera before, it's probably quite nice quality, but maybe that's what I'll have to do from now on. This thing's just conked out. It's been plugged in all night and it's just not switching on. So whatever, yeah, it's either stopped charging altogether or can't do anything about it. So with this, I tend to go down to reach the line, bottom line first, and then push it back down to the right shape, or go some of the way and then flatten it out a little bit and then go back to take the remainder down. And all the while you're looking at the way the shape bends round, because that's what ultimately makes it a satisfying shape. And it depends whether you leave it more concave or completely flat. The Strat tends to be a very flat profile. It's quite nicely done. 8 minutes on the iPhone. Ooh. It's not an iPhone, it's a Hawaii. Just keep an eye on that line. So when you get down, I kind of wish I could have this a bit higher, but you get down, it looks nice, but you've still got a while to go to get down to the edge. So this is where I use the convex bit. And apart from kneeling down on the floor like this, it's actually quite hard to get down to this bit. In fact, kneeling is better. So now I can really follow this line really carefully here. We're going to have to overspray this again anyway. So that's not a bad line to the bottom edge, but obviously it's not a flat curve yet. Flat curve. flat line. Okay, now we've got to bring it up, and again I'll use the convex side. It always does that. Like that. But you can see we're getting towards it. And then we'll come up to meet that line, and it's never going to be a perfect line, and the respray is never going to be perfect on here either. It's just very difficult to get that join unless we do the whole body over. Getting there. Not far off there, so let's stop this for a minute, get a breather. See where we've got to. So there we pretty much almost down to the bottom, just a little bit short of the line, and then a fair bit short of the line up there. But you can see we're on our way on both of them. Let's switch back to this one for a diversion. A change of scenery, you might say. You can see, yes. Focus problems. So it doesn't make very good video narration either, because you're gasping. Aerobic exertion. So I'm just cutting downwards to the bottom, hopefully. Still quite a way off. Ooh. And that's how it goes. So, what are we on? 11 or something. Well, what you do, what I'll do afterwards, is I'll get me some cabinet scrapers when the time is right, and we'll end up helping the process along with a bit of cabinet scraping, which we could technically probably do the whole thing in, but it depends which side is the effective side. We might have to clean them up, but they're quite good devices. Whew. But this is, I mean, hard work, but it's more destructive, I might say. get down to where you want to go, you can then straighten the line out usually with the flat part. So it's not quite in a straight line yet, but you can then start bringing it up to meet. Difficult to get that corner. And then this bit is actually quite difficult to get the straight line at this point, but we might better finish off with the scraper to get the accuracy of that bit. But we have to, it's not too critical because we're going to have to try and blend in the respray along there anyway, which isn't going to be easy. So you can see that as we come up, it's a sort of just a touchy-feely game really, of figuring out, does that feel good? Is it too steep? Is it not coming down enough? And in a way, it doesn't really matter what, you know, conventional strats do or don't look like, so much as what's comfortable for the arm. You know, the arm's going to sit on this curve here, and actually, to be honest, almost anything but a straight edge is comfortable. So you know, because it's 3D, you're sort of getting constant feel for it. It ends up being quite a nice object in the end. But I love the carves on these things as much as any other part of the guitar really. And then as you come up towards this line, the danger is it's very, very difficult not to put down the edge of the file. And it's very easy to tip the edge forward if you're trying to get to the line. That's why if you get close, one of these things can be quite a good way onwards from there, because you can sort of, you can track a little bit more easily where you are and kind of wear it down to the line. But the other thing you can do is if you feel like it, and if you know that the finish is strong enough, you could protect it. Now I'm going to add a bit of dust to this so it's not 1,000,000% as sticky as it could be. I just want it to sit there as a potential kind of scuff pad. Probably the wrong time and place to put it down on here because there's so much grit and stuff, but something like that just gives me a you know, a chance to scuff without damaging anything else. Yeah, like that really. Yeah, now that's not what we intended. It's sticking up. So as you can probably see, when you start to get flat, it's actually very difficult to you know, the amount of clearance here is tiny, so you will start scuffing up the tape at some point. And that's that, you see, so you can't really go much further than that, but it was a good try. So for this bit, let's see, you can either come away from the edge like this. It's just sort of pulling the paint away first, but we're getting a reasonably straight line. And probably straighter than you'd get with wow, 22 minutes. Look at this. Didn't believe there's enough memory on this thing. Yeah, it's probably a straighter line than using the file. Once we're past the paint layer, it will dig up the wood as well. The paint scraper, what do they call these things? Yeah. Cabinet scraper type thing is one of the best tools you can ever have for working with wood. I love it. It's superb. This isn't as sharp as it should be or could be, and you should pay more attention to keeping it clean, sharp than I do, but it's a great tool. I mean, it depends a lot on how you work it against or whatever, towards with or against the grain. You know, dictates a lot of how well it works. But you can see, even with a clumsy looking object like that, and get pretty close up to the line, and then I can use a sharper bit to wear this nice and close. Of course, this bit doesn't have to be hugely curved. It just needs to come away from that dividing line, which I'll go a bit further than that anyway because I've still got a pin on it, but you can see we can get pretty close. So a little bit more scraping to do just to get past the line, but then the rest of it, you know, if you're not sure about, or if you're happy with the shape and where it goes to, it's actually a little bit short of the line. But what we could do down here is just now round this bit off to the line, because that's very close now. We don't need to be digging in any further. And at this point, if we're kind of happy where that is, I tend to switch to a lighter file, just go right down to the scratched line here with a little bit of soft edge blend, because we're going to need to paint over it, somehow blend it out anyway. But I'm basically just taking away the scored line that I did with a craft knife edge. Okay, now at that point you can either use the use the scraper, or you can get a lighter file and soften this out, make it easier to work with the scraper. This will take away any rough tooth marks. So you could technically finish the carving with this alone, but if you like the scraper part of it, then you can sort of, probably easy to go across. Look, it's a two-piece body, 3 at least. So you can kind of come around the grain. It's a bit against the grain here, obviously, but pulling across the grain is quite a good way to shape it down, and then we could sandpaper the last bit. So I'm sort of working it parallel to the dividing line now and trying to smooth it down and bring it down where required. I'm curving it a bit as well. The cabinet scraper is very good for the edge down here too, but so far I think I'll probably have to cut the video in a minute because I'll never download it. So you can see so far we've got what is quite a nice arm slope, and it's not hugely flat if you look at it from the side. Try and see what you see. Where's the bleeding lens? Oh, there it is. So yeah, it's not dead flat. It's got quite a chunky curve to it. If it was dead flat, it would be down flush with that blue line going down, if you see what I mean. But it doesn't have to be that cut away. This is more important. This is cut away as the belly curve. Now you see I'm always working outwards because I haven't got access in from the other side. But, so we're always coming at it from this angle. When you start putting the belly curve on it, obviously what also happens is you start getting a roll of the whole piece, so you've got to be aware of that. So we're back into here. Check the shape of this. We want it nice and smooth all the way around, and we also want it to meet up with the line down here. I'm just using the flatter part of this file now to get a nice, much flatter piece on here than on the arm curve, forearm slope. But there are some bits where there's still a little bit to dig in and take some out, like here. So I sort of dig in and shovel that out before I come back with the flat surface again. there. Phew. You see, it's quite a good exercise. Okay, so there we have the belly curve almost completely done. And what you could do is you could sand that bit. So we're going to have to overspray the edges anyway. So you could sand that bit there. You can see I've not got down to the line quite there, so you might want to do that extra bit there. If you're feeling strong, you can do it this way. So as you dig in, you then have to kind of come back up and level out so you don't end up with a bumpy surface. The flatter this bit is, the cooler it looks, in my experience. And I think that's pretty much there with a bit of edging, and I don't really want to take any more off there than is necessary. So that's the carvey bit done. So serves me right for jumping in quick and getting the painting done at the tail end of the summer on this body. I got ahead of the game. I did 3 in quick succession while the weather was great, and yeah, didn't really look at the instructions and didn't know this was going to end up needing the belly carve, but there it has it. Yeah, it's a lovely rib cage carve. So I'm going to just tidy these up with a mixture of the what's it scrapers, particularly to go right up to the edge here. I don't want to do sandpaper here really, because it'll sort of cut in too far, but you can do it, I don't know how well you can see this, but you can either do it front or back. And if it's more accurate, it probably is actually, you can come and grab it like this and snick away and take it down along with the pen line. And we don't want to leave any of the marker pen in the game, obviously. So I'm just going to nibble away at that edge and round these off with either, you can use a scraper to round this off too, just being careful not to scratch off too much. But it's quite a useful little rounding tool. It'll take off kind of as much paint as it needs to get the rounded curve on it, and then obviously we'll have to overspray and try and join up. But we don't want sharp edges. It will spoil the whole feel of it. So when we get to the edge like this, the edge of the scraper is very good for softening it round. And, it can even be rounder than that if you want to do it with sandpaper. Again, this edge is, you've still got a pronounced edge, so we can probably get to it with the scraper. Just be very careful not to go too far into the body. But we're watching the extent of the Sharpie line, and also taking any imperfections away with the scraper as well, so you keep that nice flat surface. But there you have the carves done. These are no longer needed on this guitar because it's going to have a Bigsby tremolo on here, a loller in the middle there, cutting into this one, which will leave a little bit of that showing. Bah! Electrics in there, single coil, Wilkinson single, Tele style. And then we got the neck, which is a nice looking thing with groovy mother of pearl style inlays, very deep dark coloured ones. Whoops, where are you? There you are. Ta-da! Look at that. Nice, eh? With a bit of a SX guitar style headstock on it. Anyway, thank you very much, Huai, for doing 30 minutes. I might have to do more of this one here. Well, judging by this, I don't think I've got a choice. Sweet. I'll take it inside, but I don't think we're going to see that camera again. Alright, cool. I hope that was useful anyway, and don't be frightened, get stuck in and carve away. Probably before you paint it.